felon and sold drugs and guns, and somebody came and turned my life around. And I'm here to let these young bucks know they can do the same. All right? So after all the madness, I went to school, went to Temple, got my degree, political science, because I was interested in how the world worked. I wanted to know how we can get those resources, how I can help my community out. And I noticed not a lot of people look like me or acted like me in my school. Meaning, I went to a public school. I didn't get on the internet until I got to college. So I felt like I was underserved in my high school. But what I want you to know now is this is the time to grasp whatever you want. You have certain people who are going to go on to do knucklehead things throughout the summer. 10th grade, 11th grade, gets hot. All right, supervision is at a minimum. And you're almost grown. Almost grown. But you're making grown decisions. What you make now, the decision you make today, can affect you later on. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. But first of all, I like to go through a little poem that helped me turn my life around. It's called Attitude by Charles Swindoll. Attitude. And I'm not talking like attitude, like you say, you got an attitude problem. I'm talking about attitude, how you carry yourself, how you think about things, how you see the world. So just walk with me for a second. Okay? The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than the facts. It's more important than the past, than your education. It's more important than money. Attitude is more important than your circumstances, than your failures and your successes. It's more important than what other people think, say, or do to you. It's more important than your appearance. I know you might be good looking now. It might not always be the case. Okay? It can make or break a church or a home. Okay? You ever walk into a store and they follow you around, you didn't get to buy nothing yet? Does that make you want to buy something from that store? See? It's all about attitude. Okay? The remarkable thing is, this is where we get deep. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. Meaning we wake up with this choice. We can wake up and say, you know what, I'm going to make it a great day today. Or you can say, you know what, I'm going to kick rocks, I got an attitude, something happened to me yesterday, and I'm just going to be a negative rain cloud for everybody. Because you know misery loves company, right? Yeah. You ever see people that are miserable? They need company. They need somebody to turn to and say, listen, man, why don't you take this pack, stand between these cars and sell these drugs? Wow, I'm already a felon, I'm going to ruin your life. I need somebody to stand next to me. That's what it's about. Misery loves company. What's about to take place is you're going to pick and choose who your friends are. Either you're going to surround yourself with people that's going to say, you know what, let's do something crazy. Let's go hang out. Why don't you carry that gun? Let's go to a party. Let's smoke. Let's do something. Let's drink. Then you got another set of friends that might say, you know what, I might be a little corny. You might look at me as a little square, but these people are going to be your future business leaders. They're going to be your future bosses. And they're going to be the people you need. So you got a choice. You could be the person begging for the job, or you could be the person giving out jobs. But you have to surround yourself with the right folks. And you know who means you well. You know who means you well. You know who you need to stay away from, and you know who you idolize. Let's talk about attitude. My man Allen Iverson, my favorite basketball player of all time. And what kept him from that championship was his attitude. Y'all saw it. He did things with the ball I ain't never seen people do again. 5'8", 160 pounds going against giants. All heart, but no attitude. His attitude was, y'all heard me said about practice, right? They play it all the time. Practice? They talking to me about practice? Y'all see what I do in the court? You talking to me about practice? Yeah, AI, but the thing was, the practice wasn't for you. You didn't have to dribble another ball a day of your life. You didn't have to practice one more layup a day of his life. It would have been automatic. Wet, what the kids call it, from the jump shot. But he didn't realize the practice was for his teammates to play with somebody with a skill set so high. Y'all saw what happened. He'd be driving to the lane. He'd do a behind-the-back pass, something crazy, and Mutombo would drop the ball. Or Tyrone Hill, somebody. All right? It's about having a winner attitude. Now, my man Kobe, winner attitude. Say what you want. How many rings he got? There you go. My man Michael Jordan. Okay. Played with the flu. How many of y'all went to school with the flu? All right, I like that. Even if you're lying, I'm with it. So listen, back to my little poem. Listen, we cannot change the past. We cannot change the fact that you are black and you are white or you're Hispanic and people are going to hate you for that. You can't change that. Don't worry about that. Proceed with your program. Get your money. Build that business. But here we go. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I'm convinced that life is 10% what? Yo, listen to this. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me. Y'all with me? And 90% how I react to it. Okay, I'm going to say it again. I'm convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. Case in point, a friend of mine, walking out of the movie theater, somebody stepped on his sneaker, he shot and killed him. He is now doing, that's not funny, because he's now doing 99 years. And guess what? I was with him, and I also got my sneakers stepped on. I remember too, it was the red and white Jordans. I was upset. But he chose to pull a gun out and ruin his life and ruin somebody else's life at the same time. I chose to just go ahead and walk to the car. Case in point, now I'm out here working for a senator. He had felonies just like I did. But case in point, I chose to do something. He looked for mistakes. He looked for reasons to point out why he couldn't do something. That's a loser. Don't sit and tell me every reason why you can't do something. We got kids in Africa going to school with no sneakers on. We come home with iPods and Xboxes and still lazy. Listen, this ain't about going against kids in your class against North Philly, South Philly. We dealing with a global economy. I mean, there's kids in India, Japan, China, right now getting it in. Go to school for 9 hours a day. We gotta reach for the stars, because guess what? If we don't get it through education, it's genocide. It's a wrap for us. And you like walking down the street seeing somebody look like you, well, you better appreciate it while you can. Because if you look at our numbers on the national scale and our local scale, we killing ourselves. Yes. And it's sick, because we're the only people doing it. Yes. So it starts with education. So life is 10% what happens to me, 90% how I react to it. Always remember that. Young men, listen to me. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Young women, listen to me. Don't be afraid to be you. A boy is going to do whatever you want him to do. Boys live for you. Let me explain something. Guys get their hair cut to get a woman's affection. Guys wear the nicest clothes they can find to get a woman's attention. Okay? Guys go out and drive trying to find the nicest car or break their neck to get the best car they can find. Probably can't afford it. I'm guilty. Okay? I do it. I did it to get my wife. You know, I was trying to get her attention. But the bottom line is, you rule this world. You can say, little boy, you out there selling drugs? I ain't into that type of little boy. I'm into a nerd. Nerds are cool. Won't y'all understand that? Listen, let me tell you something. I'd rather, if I could turn back the hands of time, I'd be the nerdiest. I wear 4-player glasses. Alright? And contacts. Pencil pocket, tape, whatever you got, I take it. Because it's about, are you able to provide? Now check this out. I got 2 little boys, 8 and 4. Best thing and hardest thing I ever did at the same time. But it's nothing like, and I'm not bragging, I'm just trying to show you something. It's nothing like, I grew up in a household in South Philly with a lot of us. We have a lot, you know, like most of our parents, like most of us right now. It was rough. All right, 13th Street. So they go, I wake my kid, here you go, side guy. So I take my kids to the store, man, and I have a flashback when my mom took me to the store. Be walking down the aisle, Mom, can I get that note? 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 Dad was somewhere else. But the funny part is, tell the kids, get in the car, man. Go in the store. And they still do the same thing. Daddy, can I have that note? Daddy, can I have this note? But the beauty in it is, if I really wanted them to have it, I could provide it for them. And don't nothing beat that. Nothing beats that. And I know y'all in 9th grade, y'all like, man, what's this cat talking about kids for? Listen, these next 3 years is gonna fly. They gonna flip. Y'all got exactly 3 summers and 3 school years to get it in. Colleges are starting to look at you now. So I don't care if you was a joker or whatever you thought you was, class clown, that's cool. Listen, tighten it up right now. Because if you get it right in 9th grade, you get it right in 10th, the world is yours. And I ain't gonna hold you. College was the best time of my life. You think you living now, get to college. That's right. They be on the phone. You know, y'all be home, in your bed, or in your classroom, hopefully. So what I'm saying to you is, listen, man, young lady, young man, the world is yours. You can pick and choose right now what you want. Right now what you want. There are not a lot of people who are looking like you right now doing the right thing, supposedly. But you need to show the world how bright we really are. We need to show the people that people do care. And guess what? You got these parents out here that got you to this point. You need to give them a round of applause right now. Because some folks don't have parents to come to events like this, or family, grandma, uncle, whatever it is. Listen, I'm almost finished. All right. I'm sorry, principal, where you at? I'm cool? All right. So listen, college just start looking at you in 9th grade, start getting in there. I don't care what you did up to this point. Get right, all right? Second thing, do something. Do something. Do something. Don't wait for somebody to show you how to do something first, or make it cool. Make it cool to do something right. You know what I do with my kids? They think I'm crazy. They think I'm crazy. We go to the supermarket, I make them hold the door for everybody coming in the door. You know what I mean? And my kid, you know, at first my son thought it was punishment. What you doing? What you dang? What I do? I ain't doing nothing. I'm teaching you the ropes. I'm teaching you the rules. So, case in point, we coming out the Giant the other day. Automatic door. He's still holding the door, right? But this lady who saw my son trying to hold the automatic door for her, she reaches in the purse, the old sweet lady, old little black lady, this tall. She goes, "Thank you, baby. I thought chivalry was dead." Gave him $1. Right? So he turns and look at me like, you know, first of all, he wanted to see if I confiscate that money and make him put it into his bank. So he tried to tuck it. So, you know. So he said, Dad, that lady gave me $1. Why'd she give me $1? Like it was a secret. I said, she gave you $1 because you did something decent, man. I said, you have to equate what you do in school now, every book report you do, every math problem you do, that's earning money. Because when you graduate, that's going to become this. That guap, that money, that cheddar. And listen, yeah, I know all the cool words still, I ain't that old. Alright? And let me tell you something, I've been down that other path with the drug money. It's short-lived. You know, I wound up burying 2 of my friends with all my drug money, and that's not cool. So at the end of the day, all I got was a bullet wound out of it. And 2 felonies. And the difference is, you go try to get a job with a felony, I'm going to tell y'all right now, young black man, you try to go get a job with a felony, get used to making $7.50 for the rest of your life. And you think that's funny? Let me tell you something. A $7.50 check at the end of the week for 40 hours come to about $3.50 after taxes. Alright? You ain't even pay your rent yet. You didn't eat. You want that cell phone. You want toys. Like, listen. Daddy, he had toys. I still got the toys. I got toys. I got an Xbox I still play with. But what I'm saying to you is, these things that you want and like, you can have. But if you pick the hard road, only thing that's guaranteed is for you 3 hots and a cot in jail, or a grave, or early grave. Leave that stuff alone. It's played out. It's old. It's a trap. Move on to something different. You know the difference between Jay-Z and people like Sean Combs? They call him Puffy. They got 2 educations. They got the street education that you cannot buy, that you already have. You cannot buy that. You cannot send somebody to go get a street education. You can't pay that tuition. You got to earn that. Y'all have an advantage. You already got the street education. Now you got to go out and get that book education. And guess what? Once you got that book education and you got that street education, you bad. Nobody messing with you. This is how Sean Combs, Jay-Z make their billions. They street smart and they book smart. Y'all from Philadelphia, so I know you tough. You already got that. Y'all know how to read people. You know how to react to people. And young ladies, let me tell you something. I gotta say this, and I'm sorry. What y'all see on TV with this housewife stuff, that's crap.
Say that again.
Do not aim for that. That is not what's up. That is ignorant. That is not ladylike, and it's drama. Women have the role you play in our society is so huge. You guys are the ones that bear our kids. So guess what? If the mom is messed up, what's going to happen to the kids? The kids is going to be messed up. Boys, y'all going to be fathers one day. And y'all want to go see y'all kids behind bars? Or you want to plan them early? You got to show them early. But it starts with you today. Make the right decisions. Go to school when you don't feel like it. It's easy to make the wrong decisions. But if you make that right decision, I guarantee you're going to get what you want out of life. And in closing, I just want to say, learn who you are. Learn who you are and whose you are. And if you don't know what I mean by that, talk to your parents. So I'm not going to make this about a preach fest. But what this is about is you come from greatness. You come from people that made pyramids without machines. You came from people that made mathematics, okay? Made letters, language, science, astrology. I'm talking about ancient Africans. Everybody comes from Africa. Know who you are, learn what you can do, and you will have a great life. They put something on the top of the pyramid for you and I to know. It says, know thyself. They wrote that in stone for you and I. Kids, once you know yourself, sky's the limit. I love y'all, and if you need me, take my number down. 215 I know y'all got cell phones. Y'all got